Hey guys, welcome to the late night football show. And today we are going to discuss the Euros, the verdict so far, the best matches played, the worst matches played, the player that surprised us a little bit in terms of what we were not expecting him to perform in a way, and a few things also that happened in this Euros, and some fortunate and some very unfortunate incidents that happened. So let's start off with a bit of good happy feeling, and that is we missed the best match that was been played since the start of the tournament. I think France versus Germany has to be it. I mean, it was already looking delicious on the paper, but on the field, delivered by all means because the quality on that pitch when both the teams played, it was just unbelievable. The sets of players that both the team possess is just incredible. And people were underestimating Germany a bit coming to this tournament, but they really show what they are all about when the tournament football comes. And France, they are everyone's favorite. They are my favorite, and they showed us again why. I mean, and and the player that I was referring to, like who was shocked, I think it has to be Pogba. I mean, we all know how talented and what a good player is, and what his ceiling threshold is. But in terms of being producing performances like that, we have not seen him do that in like a couple of months. I mean, and once again, when back in this France team, back with his fellas playing again amazing football, he just showed us what a great player is. Why again he is linked to all these big teams because he was just unbelievable. We all know how good he is on the ball, but without the ball, I mean, the amount of interceptions that he had, I think it was just incredible. Kante is supposed to cover all the ground, supposed to cover the 30% of the earth, but to be honest, Pogba outshined Kante in that match, and he outshined a lot of players in that match, and that's a big thing to say, especially in that France team. So, and I think he has been the best player to watch since. I mean, it hasn't just one match, but it was one of the toughest matches to be played in this tournament, and he was incredible. And I think the only dull match for me it has been Spain versus Sweden. It was nil-nil draw, but not just because of the scoreline, but the match that itself was, and that's how I think it reflected on the score sheet as well. Both the teams played their own style of football, but sometimes styles makes matches, and sometimes styles just takes the soul of away from a match, and that's what happened. I mean, Spain just keeping the ball with themselves and not really interested in giving the ball to Sweden. Sweden not interested in taking the ball from Spain, and that's what happened. So we were just witnessing a match where Spain players were keeping the ball, and Sweden just like us watching the match. I think I don't know what to expect from the Sweden going ahead, and what to expect from Spain as well going ahead. I think Morata needs to be dropped big time for Spain to actually do anything in this tournament because he's a liability. Gerard Moreno, I think he has shown enough that he deserves a chance in the starting lineup, and he deserves to lead the line for the Spain team. And I think, and we have to talk about this incident because as the incident at this Euros, unfortunately, will be remembered by because Eriksen, Christian Eriksen, one of the best players on the world football today. I think he, the way it happened, it was just out of the blue and something that I have never witnessed all my time watching football. It shook me really. I mean, and I know there's been a lot of criticism regarding the BCC. He's continuing showing off that footage that he was there and his wife, but I don't think they had much of a choice. But yeah, I mean, they still could cut the feed, but uh, I won't comment on that because I at the time did not feel it was too wrong. Maybe I'm the one who cannot see the bigger picture here, but I mean, what can you really do in that situation? I mean, we do want to know what is happening. We are concerned about the players' health, and it was one of the saddest moment actually. It was everyone was on the verge of tears. Really, it was people were crying. I mean, we could see them play, especially the match being held at Copenhagen. But it doesn't really matter where the match was being held at. Everyone could feel the pain at that moment of time, and it as someone said, the best thing that could happen in this tournament, whatever the result, whatever the outcome is Eriksen's health, and that he's alive, and that is absolute truth. But yeah, I mean, I mean, it's impossible. I don't know how I can. I mean, we have seen Davy Blind play with a pacemaker and for the national team as well, and for the Dutch league. Hopefully, this doesn't cut his career short because he's such a quality player. I remember him being in the Tottenham teams. I mean, he was one of the most classy player. I mean, he really is. So it's a big shame to see him like that. And I think we also have to talk about this incident where Ronaldo just has created controversy. I mean, Ronaldo is always the headline, no matter what he scores. If he scores, he's a headline because he's breaking one kind of record or another record. And if he doesn't score, then there's a lot finger pointing at him. And because he's just the character that he is, and now him just removing a few Coca-Cola bottles from the table and telling us to drink water has created quite a stir. I mean, Coca-Cola are, of course, the sponsors of the Euro, and I don't know. People are taking a lot of. I mean, people are quite divided on this. And think, for personally, me, I think it was. This is not something that was unnecessary, really, because I mean, we know that we need to drink water, but that fizzy drinks are not good for health. And I mean, we don't need Ronaldo to tell us that, really. I mean, but they are the ones who are paying for this tournament, who are the prime organizers and everything, and it could have been done in a different way. He could have just removed the bottle and not said a lot. I mean, the way he just went about it, don't drink Coca-Cola, drink water, and then after that we have seen a chain of events just unfurling, like some Pogba coming out and removing the Heineken bottle. I mean, what else? What now? What I mean, we criticize Cruz for saying that players celebrate excessively and that he doesn't like that. Then what is this? I mean, people are prone to their views and thoughts, and we like that people do, especially players, that they are not robots and just not play, and they are actually the role models in a way. But I think there's a place and a time for that, maybe. But maybe people could argue that there is a place at Euros, but especially I don't like it. I mean, this is a place where you can say things in a different manner, say things in a different way, do things in a different way, and just the way you are, the way you play football. I think that is enough to inspire a lot of people who watch. This will just create controversy and just create problems, unnecessary problems. The tournament has already come under, and we just want to watch football. We just want to good matches, and that's it. And we actually have been a bit lucky to be in that department, and I'm happy that my underdog team Italy is doing well, and so let's just hope a great tournament goes ahead and without any further problems, really, and that we actually end up seeing one of the most memorable tournaments. And yeah, and once again, condolences for Eriksen's family, and I hope that he does make it back onto the football pitch because he's such a great player.